intimacy of the workshop, that, you know, it's a nice concentrated space where we all get lots of attention, so feel free to ask questions or anything you need, and we'll make sure that you have maximum fun and play safe. So these swings I make, they are from San Francisco. I made them locally there. It's a special design that's super stretchy, and it's a sweatshirt material that spreads out. So it's first to just check it out. You have 2 hand holds, you have 2 leg loops. They're hanging from daisy chains that are about 3 feet apart. And when we put it behind our back and sit down, we're going to notice that it gives. There's a lot of bounce to it. So just get used to the stretch. It'll be different than probably other swings that you've tried before. So if you can walk your feet to the front of the mat and sit straight down, I can tell whether the swing needs to be adjusted or not. That's better. Does that feel good? Mm-hmm. It's going to be intense at first to feel so much pressure under the arms, and I'm going to show you how to relieve some of that pressure. It'll be really easy to just press back and open the arms, and then the underbelly of the body gets a little break there, right? So when you come back in, beautiful guys, when you come back in, you have to do a forearm press. When you do the forearm press, you keep the chest lifted, and then when you bend the knees, there's a lot less pressure in the undergoes. You guys feel the difference? Cool. So let's try that a few times. We're just going to have a little play time. We'll have plenty of opportunity to explore the swing. So the swing is going to be right behind the back of the heart, straight legs, open up the hands wide. If you want to support the neck, if you feel any strain in the neck, clasp the fingers around the occipital ridge. And then go ahead and flare out the elbows and sway a little from side to side. Maybe swings from side to side looks like bending one knee and then the other knee. Keep pressing back on the diagonal, but see if you can open up the side body here. Should feel really good. I call it weeping willow. So your willow tree can be with a really gentle, calm breeze, or you can get kind of big and wild and crazy about it like the storm last night. So just see where you are in your body today. Are you in low gear, feeling like smooth jazz? Or are you feeling a little bit more playful and dynamic? It's all welcomed. We give you the opportunity to have your own practice as well as the guidance and instruction. So I'm just going to walk around and make sure everyone's doing well. If you want to let your head rest back, there you go. That would be great. Nice. Feels good? Not gonna do it. Yeah, but it's like, you know, you could open this up and have an extra swing. With the same I did too. Thank you. And then you know how to work around the bar. So yes. Okay, great. Look, we have room for everyone. This is exciting. Thank you guys for coming today, and also thank you guys that have been practicing with me all day for getting in the swing. I welcome you to take a break whenever you need. Right? So let's go ahead and bend the knees and come back into sumo squat. So this is like our number 1 upright position to stretch the spine. Let's talk about it a little bit. It's a real common positioning for the hips to push forward when you're new to the swing, but if we can find our hip flexors and deepen them, so it's actually taking the pubic bone and rolling it down towards the ground and let the feet walk out about 45. It's going to really let the hips sink, and there's going to be room for the pelvis to start to traction, the spine to traction out of the pelvis, so the space in between the vertebrae gets a little bit larger, and that usually takes pain and pressure off the low back. So see if you can go the other way. Yeah, like that. And it should actually feel good, but it's weird. You know, it's different because the hip flexors tend to get really tight. So let's go ahead and use our forearm press to see if we can lift the chest but leave the hips where they are. Right, so let's try that a couple times. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders down the back. Nice. And then drop. And then roll the shoulders down the back. And drop. So we're getting into that stickiness behind the heart, right? You're getting a free rocking session back there. And it will feel intense. And when it does, go ahead and straighten the legs. Try another supported back bend. Still keeping the feet kind of wide. Support the neck and come into the fullest expression with straight arms. Wherever you are, just let it feel good. It's Sunday. Right? So we're practicing our easy breezy aerial yoga play. Can you bend the knee and bring the elbow towards it, just energetically making that gesture. Keeping the heart rising towards the sky and the head tilted back. Maybe even close your eyes and just feel that rocking and swaying, that gentle motion, pendulum swing on the body start to open up the connective tissue. Slowing it down. Does anybody have any questions about this so far? Everybody good? Feel free to just, be brave and shout it out. Feel free to talk to me if you need to. The assistants are going to come around and give you some nonverbal cues, some physical cues. If you have any questions, feel free to direct them up here. Sometimes your questions will actually help other people with the swing as well. So I really welcome that. So let's go ahead and come back to your center. We're going to open up the feet a little bit wider. So go ahead and walk them towards the middle of the mat and then let the toes come off. And then find your leg loops. We're going to use our hands. We're going to shift from side to side. Again, I call it aerial yoga play. So you can just bop and explore and experience the swing. Now, there's a tendency to want to just sync up with your neighbor, right? Because otherwise you'll notice that there will be some contact. So just see if that happens naturally. I will give you lots of instruction. But just see if you guys can just naturally, like fish, I don't know if there's like a little leader in the front that says, okay, everybody, left, but maybe, I don't know. Let's just see if we can do it. Sync up with one another. Beautiful. It looks great. Yeah, it's such a beautiful practice to see everyone starting to float and fly. And it's like a natural state of being, that freedom that the swing offers in the body. So these are our side lunges, right? Now, if anybody does yoga, does everyone here do yoga? Yes? Maybe? Okay. Almost everyone. So this naturally looks like it could come into a warrior two, right? So let's see if we can try a warrior two with our right knee bent. Slightly just adjust the feet to come into it. So now, we're not holding up all of our weight, the swing's holding up our weight. Let's see if our leg loops can engage. Yeah, we might want to bring those up one if they feel like they're too loose. See if you can find, yeah, that looks good, everyone. If they are too loose, it's okay, but if you can push down, then you'll feel your arms really working here, and that's totally different than our normal warrior two. So we're going to pulse here a little bit. So we're going to inhale and come out of the front knee, and then we exhale and just drop in slightly. So inhale, press your arms down. Exhale, go ahead and come in. Micro movements in the body. Inhale, press. Exhale, go ahead and expand. Another one, inhale, press and hold. Exhale, come on back. So now I call it a roundabout. So now, unlike our normal warrior twos, we can actually sink back. And switch sides from there. So straight legs. Turn, I know, ooh la la. Turn the left foot out. Push the right heel back a little bit. There you go. See if you can get the alignment. So warrior two, go ahead and gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale, pulse up. Press with your arms. Press, press, press. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, press. Exhale, go ahead and expand. Nice. Can you guys feel your hips here? Inhaling and exhaling. There's so much more space. I call it make-a-wish when the hips move in opposite directions like that. Like, don't go too far. Inhaling up. Exhaling, drop. Beautiful, guys. Go ahead and release back. Let's just do one on each side. Okay. Wiggle your feet together. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, right? So with straight legs, try another supported back bend. So our feet are towards the center of the mat, right? Sorry, to the front of the mat, from the center front. And see if you can enjoy a bigger below. So with our legs together, our hips get a little bit more room to sway from side to side. And the upper body is just following along. It's like a little rag doll in the wind. So you can enjoy that massaging, that releasing of the tension from the connective tissue. The back of the heart is that kind of storage unit that we don't go into very often. It's just everything kind of collects back there. So the swing is really great to open it up. And then it also helps us retrain our posture and push our heart forward and up towards the sky and all the shoulders back. So supported backbends and inversions. The swing works really well to help us go deeper in a safe way. Okay, are you guys feeling extra playful today? By chance? Let's try a roundabout. So let's try like a whole loop-de-loop. So we're gonna grab, so these will bop us, right, if we don't hold on to them. So I'm just gonna put my arms around them and then hold on to my swing. Okay, and let's see if we can do it the same side. Thank you guys. And then left, and then right, and then left, and then we just get a little bit bigger. Round the belt from one side to the other. Woo, you can feel this is momentum, right? Angular momentum. I like to teach physics through play. So it's like, what's angular momentum? Like centrifuge? Like when we can go all the way around? So just see if you can do a whole round the world. If you can, it's okay.
That's fun.
It is so much fun. But, you know, don't get too crazy. Amy back there is like, I'll just take notes. I know. So just try it. See if you can get so big that you go all the way around, and then maybe you try the other way. We're not going to do Cirque du Soleil today. I promise we keep it mellow. It's like a little car wash in the middle there when they come together like that. Super fun, right? Woo! Nice, beautiful. So we're pivoting, right? So we're pivoting around a point. So that's like a little extra play time. I know. There you go. She's got the fever for the flavor. It's so fun. I can't stop. Yeah, because you can feel how the momentum is just spinning you. You're really cool. Okay, so we're going to go from playtime to super chill. And I'm going to show you if you ever need a break, how you can come out and get into a cocooning position. That way, if we're doing something and it doesn't feel absolutely right for you today, so have the swing help you up. You're going to grab the front edge of the swing, pull it down, and spread it out to your knees. So that's fine. So see how you're on like the outside of the swing. If you turn it over, there's going to be like an inside, like a taco. So come back out again. And just see how so turn it over once. Yeah, there you go. Now that's the inside swing. It's not that big of a deal, but usually, so same thing, Deborah. So you're on the outside of the swing. It just works a little bit better when we spread it out. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. A little taco analogy. All right, so we want to make sure we have enough that goes all the way down to our knees. That way when we lean back, you can see our head is supported. So you can just kind of wiggle it so it does spread up. So it's about 5 feet, so it's not long enough for the average person to get their legs in. So we're going to keep our knees bent, and we're just going to feel how nice it is to just drop, right? So you can give yourself a little hug and cross your arms over your chest if you don't mind the shoulders rounding in. Or if you want to spread the shoulders out, go ahead and bring your arms up over your head with bent elbows and fingers dangling out. Just take a moment here. I usually don't do cocooning until the end. We're going to have a nice, long, luxurious meditation. Nice, long shavasana. But until then, I'm going to really give you guys an opportunity to chill and come into cocoon if you ever need a break. So from cocoon, there's so many different leg stretches we can do and variations. I'm just going to show you guys how to incorporate the leg loops into this position, which is really comfortable. So you're just going to reach one arm out and grab the leg loop, bring it in. You can spread it out and put it all over the entire foot. Okay, I usually hook it at the arch of the foot and then spread it out all the way to the top of the calf. And then you get the other leg loop. Yeah, these are little stirrups. And now we can stretch the legs out. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
So nice. So everything's made to be super comfy and stretchy. Fits everybody. You know, so somebody who's really long might enjoy the leg loops with the legs out. Some people can kind of curl up into a ball, and some people like that feeling of fully cocooning. But from here, we're just going to gently rock from side to side. So to get a little windshield wiper action going, we're going to push one foot down and then the other foot down. Now don't get crazy. I know we got all excited with our roundabouts, but let's just keep it nice and mellow here. See if you can enjoy swimming through this viscous substance, just like as slow as molasses. Real gentle and slow. There you go. Feel how different it is on the nervous system to go real gentle and soft. We'll get crazy in some other poses. Very nice. A few deep breaths here. Can you let the hips relax a little more? Can the hips drop? Can the heart soften? Can the belly relax? Maybe we can just very gently invite the mind to clear. A little bit more spaciousness in between the thoughts. Bring more attention to the breath and slow it down. So there's a whole long restorative practice that we can do just right here inside the swing. We'll probably revisit it towards the end of our workshop when we get into Shavasana. For now, we're going to start to expand and explore from here. And we're going to start just by simply bending our knees. So if you can see, you can help your feet like wiggle, just get the leg loops bunched up behind the knees. See if you can do it without using your hands, or feel free to reach over and help. You can bunch up, depending on your clothes. You can bunch up pretty well. It's okay to give them a little assist, but it's fun to see if you can do it with your feet. So whenever the leg loops are at the knees, it's called chillaxing. So now we're really chill. We're going to let our arms start to expand overhead and give your rib cage a nice stretch. So stretch your fingertips away from your hips. Lengthen through the side body. Swaying a little bit from side to side also feels really good. And then exhale, let your arms sprout. So you're going to start to spread them wide and gather the edge of the swing underneath the arms. And then your hands are going to reach towards your knees. All right, so reach towards me. But only grab the front edge of the swing. Don't grab the leg loops, right? And then slide them up as high as you can. Nice. And then come sit. Hello. Blossoming. So I'm going to hold on to that front edge. And then when I bring my legs wide, I can still sit. Right, so this would be like still the beginner version, or we can lift our hips all the way and then voila, land in chillaxing. Okay, so the full chillaxing pose is the hands clasped behind the head, elbows wide, and swaying down from side to side. So when I sway from side to side with the knees bent, I call it swagger. So now you can get a little crazy, you get more swagger in your swing. You get a little big and playful, feeling the momentum again. If for any reason you get a little woozy like this, just keep it slow, keep it down and low. So the full position would be hips heavy but heart open. So see if you can get that spaciousness in the front of the spine. Okay, yeah, it's totally different. So we usually get those two parts of the body working together, but we're going to have them move in opposite directions. So it's like we're pushing the hips down, but then pulling the heart up. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Feels good? So chillaxing is the world-class favorite, number one pose. Anyone can do it. Bless you. There. And from chillaxing, we're just going to come into like a bigger freeze frame. So we're just going to shift from side to side and extend the leg, extend the elbow. We should have room. Apologize in advance if we have some bumper car action, but otherwise we'll try to sync up, synchronized swim. There you go. Now see if you can hold it. Extend the right leg, pull the left elbow towards the sky, and just hold. Yeah, it's hard to hold the freeze frame, right? Beautiful, guys. So in every pose, we're going to keep our arms wrapped around the swing. So hold on to the swing with the right hand. And then from there, I want you to reach towards the left knee. Yeah, and then let your hand slide up the leg loop and hold as high as you can for a twist. Beautiful. And then when we're supporting our head, I call it supermodel. Rest your head back. Feel pretty. And then if you want to go into the full pose, just extend the arm, extend the leg, and you're in a flying ninja. Nice. Beautiful, guys. Now if we just drop the hips and let the head sink into the side of the swing, it's a nice kind of respite. We have a monkey down right there. I was just thinking this. I'm like, what happened? Lay it out. I was like, how do you fall out of this pose? A gazillion hooks. Beautiful, guys. So the idea is we're twisting our left rib cage down towards the floor and pulling and starting to stretch the hip. Nice. Let's actually incorporate the foot too. So let's go ahead and hook. So I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to wrap it in front of that leg loop and then I'm going to drop. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's just go ahead and release that one. So if we wag the tail, so if we take our bottom foot and let it explore the space, we can rock the baby. Sound familiar? You guys remember rocking the baby yesterday? Yeah. So I'm going to hold on to either the foot, the knee, the leg loop, whatever I can grab, and then I'm just going to pull in. At the same time I pull in, see if you can push your hips down towards the ground, but lift the chest. Yeah. Ooh la la. Can you feel that stretch? Amazing. Take a couple deep breaths into it. This will be intense. We're not going to stay here forever. You can always go like this if it's too much. Roll it over. Beautiful. And we'll use our momentum to change sides. Let's just go ahead and hook. We'll reverse our practice. So we're going to go backwards. So we're going to stay here first from the center. Get a little relief if you need it. Stay here if you like that, or go ahead and rock the baby. Rocks the baby. So arms stay wrapped around the swing, and then we can hold on to the leg loop and the foot, the knee, whatever feels good. The bottom foot starts to wag. There you go. Somehow it just helps when you rock the baby. Somehow makes the whole hip experience feel better, or you can do some raspberries, right? We're doing lots of raspberries this week. The jaw and the hips are connected, so you'll feel the cheeks kind of like grinning, unless we do raspberries. There you go. All right, dropping the hips, lifting the heart. Now let's see if we can continue to reverse it. So my arm stays wrapped around the swing on the left, and I'm going to switch sides. So I'm going to hold the right leg loop. And then this will allow this arm to fly. Let's come into our supermodel first. Oh yeah. It's so nice. And then go ahead and go for flying ninja. So flying ninja is just extending the arms. I feel like a ninja. And then let's see what happens here. Since we're reversing things, let's just come into freeze frame. So we're going to let our foot go. Oh yeah, there we go. And then from there, let's just go ahead and release that right leg loop. The left hand just lets go. And then we're going to come through our Sculpt. Beautiful, guys. We're all synced up on that one. Choreographed. So drop the hips, open the heart, sway it up. See if you can enjoy that sense, that freedom of floating and flying, and feel all of the connective tissue start to lengthen through the side body. Boop. And we're actually like we have like 8 swings in here. We're so spacious for a yoga room, right? We're so lucky to have all this room. So even though it feels close, trust me, this is a lot of room. So we're enjoying it with lots of play. Sometimes we would have to synchronize swim. So, all right, coming back through center. Let's try a little chill flow here. So in the chillaxing flow, it would be similar to what we would do on the ground, like how to take yoga translation, something like a vinyasa flow, and translate that to the swing. So what we want to do is open up the spine, right? So we're going to first go ahead and open our arms to a T and inhale. And then we're going to exhale and round in like a child's pose. So we call this a floating child. So we're just going to dive in, sink in, round the back. And now we're going to blossom. So go ahead and inhale and expand and arch and open. Keep the hips heavy if you can, but go ahead and turn the palms up towards the sky, let the heart shine, extend through the legs, toes and fingertips. And then exhale, sink the hips back down. Go ahead and round in. One more child. We'll do that a couple times. See if you can get the spine to warm up gently in both directions. Inhale, blossom, expand. Looking back, sinking back. And then exhale, go ahead and round it in. Take the hips down. And feel like you're swimming through water. Go nice and slow with the transitions. Inhale, blossom. Exhale, squeeze. Raise the energy in the center of the core. Now stay here if you like. If for any reason you ever want to take a break, this is another, just want to give you guys lots of options. This is another chill pose where you can just hang. So we're going to build on from there. So let's inhale and blossom for star. So like exhale and squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the hands together around the swing. Go ahead and bend the elbows for prayer. So this is called reverse namaste. Push your hips up towards the sky and lean back. What a beautiful place to practice. Enjoying the sensation of the hips, engaging the heart opening, holding on strongly with the forearms, and then exhale, go ahead and sink it down. We're going to come back to our T. We'll build on from there. Everybody good? You guys look wonderful. I'm not giving you individual instructions because you're all doing so well, but tell me if you need anything. This is the main thing that we're focusing on, right? Drop the hips even more if you can. Yeah. So this whole opening here is happening without a whole lot of effort. Does anybody feel like their legs need a break? If you do, you can spread these out. It's going to be a little bit of a different practice, but go ahead and try it. So sometimes the pressure behind the knees gets old after a while, so we make everything expand and mix it up. Let's just try it. There are a couple poses we can't do from here, but we'll do that sequence one more time. Okay, now you can see me. So go ahead and inhale T, and exhale star. Inhale, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together. Exhale into prayer. Inhale, press the hips up. Exhale, lean back. Hang out in your reverse namaste. All right, so go ahead and just try. I think you can see Amy from here, so if you guys need a visual on the back, now that we're upside down, you can see Amy. We're going to inhale, reach up, grab for the swing. And exhale, let your head drape down. So the upper body just has more weight, and the swing wiggles into the waist. Okay? So this is called ladle pose. Keep your legs squeezed together. You can wiggle it into a good spot. Go ahead and inhale, release your arms out wide, and then swing them overhead. Palms are facing up towards the sky. So this is called ladle. Hang out in ladle. It's a big inverted back bend. We're only going to stay for a breath because it's a big chest opener. And then we're going to inhale, swim the arms back up, grab onto the swing. Exhale for one breath, and then inhale, come to sit. So inhaling up. Drop your hips, exhale, and open. Really nice. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Everything's coming off, yeah. Somebody's like, what do I do about my clothes? I'm like, they just come off. This is part of it. It's an easy way to get naked. Yeah. All right, inhale, T. Exhale, go ahead and lean back for star. So it's a little movement. It's just a heart opening there. And then go ahead and inhale, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together. Exhale into prayer, and then inhale, press the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, lean back. Now from here, you can see if you start to let go of your prayer, you're going to hold on to the swing, and then let the swing slide into the waist. And then voila, you're in ladle. Swing the arms out wide and then overhead. One more time. So feel what's happening from the tips of your toes all the way through the front of the spine to your fingers. The energy is draining out and opening up the front of the vertebrae. This is a really unusual position for the body, but just enjoy the recalibration and the opening that's happening. All right, we're going to inhale, swing the arms back up. Exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Yeah, and come on down, really nice. All right, let's go ahead and try that one more time, but we're going to bunch up the leg loops. Okay, one more addition to the chill flow. If anybody needs a break, we're going to let you hang out in child's pose. Okay, one last time, and I'm going to move on to some other yummy things. So let's inhale here for a T. So we exhale for child's. Ha, gotcha. Exhale, child's. Stay in child's. If you're done with the flow, then if you're ready to move on, let's go ahead and inhale and blossom. Go ahead for start. Exhale, squeeze for namaste. Go ahead and lean back. Inhale, reach up, grab the swing. Exhale, slide into ladle. Beautiful. So ladle might be as far as you want to go for today, or bend the knees. Now you can swing the hands back again. You're going to come to the full Buddha position. So hold on to your feet and press them away from your heart. So big expansion through the chest. Notice that the lower back is fully supported, so there shouldn't be any pain or crunching there, but let me know if you need an adjustment. Inhale, go ahead and release your feet. Hold on to the swing. Exhale, start to lower your hips down. Inhale, pull yourself back up to seat. Woo! Pretty high. Woo. Go ahead and come back to chillaxing. So in the chill pose, hips are heavy, heart is open. We're pressing our back into the swing. The upper back is using that leverage, and then our head is just relaxing to our hands. So we're looking up towards the sky. And then go ahead and enjoy the swagger, pushing one knee down and the other knee down. So the rocking just happens naturally. I always forget that we've been doing it. So great. And just this simple pendulum motion back and forth is starting to open up these parts of the body that have been stuck. So much benefit from just getting in the swing and playing. The accidental workout, but it's also this fun fitness. The body starts to heal itself. We don't have to do very much. Beautiful, guys. Okie dokie. Come back through center. Let's go ahead and reach for our knees. So reach forward, touch your knees. So these are the leg loops. I do that because sometimes we'll hold on to the swing when we're doing some of the poses. So go ahead and reach forward. Okay? Slide your hands up as high as you can. Let's try another variation of that. So we're going to prepare for a flying butterfly. We squeeze and we exhale and round in. Version of floating child's. And now on the inhale, this is going to be intense. We're going to open up the hips and pull. It's a bicep curl. Get a little bit of strength there too. Ooh la la, hello hips. Right? Exhale, go ahead and squeeze and round. Be very gentle with this part of the body. It's like, what is going on? Go ahead and open. Go ahead and sink into it a little bit. There you go. Exhale, go ahead and squeeze. So I call this silver spoon. So we're bending back and forth, inviting the hips to open. Inhale. All right, so this is as far as we're going to go. So if anybody feels like being fancy, go ahead and try a hummingbird. It's supposed to be hard. Go ahead and push the arms straight. Woo! Oh yeah, now you know why we call it hummingbird. You feel the flutter, right? The eyebrows go up too. We'll call it the high brow pose. Now since you're here, go ahead and bring your hands in front of the leg loops, palms facing me. There you go, balance. Good. Can you bend the knees? So much better today, huh? You can sing opera in this business. Alright, go ahead and keep bending your knees, bring your feet towards one another. Skydiver. Really good, guys. Amazing. And then bend the elbows. Slide in. Flying butterfly. Nice. Yeah. So real gentle and slow. This is a big opener for the body. Really nice. Breathe. No, you're good. Just slide into the elbow creases. Yeah, there you go. Keep pushing the hips down towards the ground if you can. Nice. Okay, we're going to reverse. So pull your feet down. Yep. Sink the hips back. Sometimes we'll just naturally come into our high dive and then let the swing catch you. Oh, yeah. Good job, guys. All right. So we are going to try high diver because it's really fun from here. We can get into a bunch of lounging positions, but let's go ahead and come to center, reach forward, find your knees. This is really helpful to hold on to the leg loops. Now when we pull ourselves up, we're going to lift our hips. So if we lifted our hips before, you can see how it's going to slide in. So let's go ahead and put on our little siding gear, our mansie. The mansie. So if I walk my feet forward, I just pick them up. You might float too. Your leg loops are a little high. I think you're fine though. Do you mind floating? Yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, cool. Everybody else touching down? So can you touch down? I think you can right now. I think I'm going to bring yours down. So everyone else just hang out there for a second. You can come into chillaxin arms and just kind of lean back into it. So Deborah, if you pick up your feet, you're just going to walk forward. Yeah, just cool. Yeah, but thanks for coming out. You are a pro. I was like, oh, so easy. Appreciate that. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, so we're testing everything out as we go along here. So anybody else that wants to start over, we just pull ourselves up. So stay seated when you put them on, but you're good. So you notice if somebody is already pretty experienced, we'll let them stand, but typically we would stay seated, right? So we know when it topples over. So we're here. Leaning back, yeah, walk your feet forward and then you can ground down. Good, that's better. Okay, so then we bring our hands to prayer. So we thread through, and then we're going to push forward. As we push forward, see if you can bring your legs wide. There you go, lean forward. You might have to wiggle these on the outside of the hips. And now we're skydiving. Is that fun? Nice. So in the skydiver, it's not so much of a hip stretch for the knees, but it is intense on the hip flexors, right? So just kind of wiggle it a little if you need to adjust. But it's supposed to be intense. You're in the right place. So go ahead and bend the elbows and slide into the crease. Got tangled back there. Go ahead and help her out, Amy. Yeah. Now bend the knees and bring the feet together so it's another form of flying butterfly. Beautiful, guys. Bend a little from side to side. Flutter. There you go. So we're pulling the knees away from each other. Yeah. And that's how you get the maximum stretch without the leg loops doing it for you. A little bit easier. So let your butterfly flutter. Take a couple breaths here. Drop your chest. Relax the front of the spine. Notice that we're opening up the front of the spine, but there's no pressure on the lower back. The lower back is fully supported. Okay. Come back through center. Go ahead and expand your legs wide. You can let your toes touch down in the center of the mat. So middle. There you go. That's why it's good to touch down. So we're going to release one hand at a time. Go ahead and let the swing go. Gentle landing, right? Okay, good. So from here, you can just rock back and forth a little bit. Again, a free rolling session instead of behind the heart or working all up into the sit bones in your line. There you go. And then what we're going to do is let ourselves float. So go ahead and drop down onto your forearms. Yeah, so bend your elbows. Yeah. So the feet will stay hip distance or lower. So straight legs. Yeah. So as long as it feels good, you can sway from side to side. Get a little swag. So this is another version of our floating leaf pose, where we can let our legs be extended. So we're in a natural V shape, and then the forearms are just lightly supporting the upper body weight, right? So it's mainly the legs. But I wanted to show you guys that transition from high diver into a version of floating leaf. And then gently just rock yourself back to center. And the stillness there. And then what we're going to do is come back up onto our hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, go ahead and ground the feet. So pull forward and bring them to the center of the mat. And then see if you can just keep walking yourself forward. See if you can reach. There you go. So now we're pushing our weight back into our sit bones. Everybody feel that? And then we're going to come up in a sec. Yeah. So we're just pushing back and get into digging into the sit bones a little. And now come up nice and slow. You might get a little head rush. Go ahead and lift your arms. Let the leg loops catch you, and then let your arms catch the swing and lean back. Right through high diver. Good job, guys. Everybody made it. We're all winners. Okay, grab the leg loops to lean back. We're just going to grab the leg loops and massage up down the legs. Beautiful. One more time. Lift the hips, massage up, squeeze, and then go ahead and roll back down. So this is really good for any sort of tightness or stagnation in the legs, but also really intense, right? Okay, cool. So we're going to do a little lounging, and then we'll try some forward folds. Give this part of our body a break. Switch it up. So we're going to reach for, has everyone got their leg loops? So touch the knees and then slide up. Good. Okay. Bend the right knee. Go ahead and shift. Now this is intense for the hips, right? So go ahead and shift as much as possible. If you can, you're rolling your left hip bone down towards the ground. It's just a directional. And it's going to be a lot on the legs, so we're not going to stay here for long. Okay, I just wanted to show you how to push and pull in the space. So we're going to pull and then see if you can switch, just gentle. There we go. So we're taking our little lunges for a walk. Nice. Not too much, just a little bit. There you go. Is that fun? So now we're going to do a roundabout. So we lean back. Yeah. And then we bend the left knee. And then we go to second side. Nice. Just push and pull in the space. You guys are naturally doing a good job syncing up with one another. Thank you. Be mindful of like instruments or walls or windows or computers. Thank you. You're like, oh, hello. Yeah. All right, round it out one more time. So we're going to come to the first side. You doing okay over there? Okay, good. So now in our lunge, let's see if we can go a little deeper. Only if it feels good, bend the back leg. So the left knee bends. You have to be above the knee. See, I only call you Tom when you do things like that. Isn't that funny? I was like, Tom? Bob. Sorry. So bring the leg loop above the knee.
It's safer.
Feels good?
Yeah,
okay, so not below the knee, above the knee.
It's on both sides of it.
I do. It is now, yeah. We're good. Yeah. So we don't want that back one to slip off. That's good. If anybody, you can just reach back like this too. Yeah. There it is. That's fine. Yeah.
It's fair.
I know. You're like, it's so far. I got it. Yeah. And then just if anybody wants to go further, go ahead and pull the foot up towards the side. Not too much. Not too much. Just right. I know you're doing great. I know, it's just breathing, really. Okay, let's let go. That's good. Really beautiful, guys. Leaning back. So because that was such a big stretch on the quads, if you could feel like, intensity, let's just take a little chillax in the middle. You guys are doing great. Last pose on this side, and then we're going to come into some forward fold. So if you feel sensitivity behind the knees or behind the heart or whatever, just know it's going to come to an end at some point soon. There will be relief. Even though that's an intense sensation that the body's not used to, it's hitting different meridian points and releasing the blockages for different organs and systems, so it's incredibly healing. And the intensity is just kind of the surface charge or the buildup that happens for these parts that get neglected. All right, so we come back through center when you're ready. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and just release towards your knees. And then we slide up. So now we all have our leg loops. Really nice, guys. We just kind of learned how to do that. So I was like, reach for your leg loops. And jazz hands, we're doing it. So now we got it. All right, bending the left knee, roll onto the top of the right leg, and it's like a little oomph to get there. Yeah, nice. And then we make a wish. Every time we make a wish, we're spreading our hips away from the nose. Yes, we are. We're making wishes. So we hold on to our anchors. And then we're going to bend that back knee. So see if you can bring the right knee in. I have a little injury on this side, so I'm going to be extra gentle. It's okay to reach back for the foot and then bring it up. Yeah, it's okay. It does. The thumb pointing up towards the sky not only means that it's awesome, it means that our shoulder stays open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yes, that's a good way to remember it. Okay, come on down for 1 second. I'm going to show you a variation just because I can hear the panting happening in the room for some people. We're going to take that right leg loop and we're going to spread it out. Let's just try just the one side. It actually feels really good. We can always spread out the leg loops. It's not just a beginner pose. It just feels way better because it's more surface area. So hold on. So come back, come back. So we're going to find our leg loops, not the swing. Yes.
Right. Yeah,
you did say so that. That's okay. We always want to come back because it'll be really unstable. Yes. We can do it holding onto the swing, but we have better stability. And then go ahead and shift. See if you can get onto the top of that thigh. Beautiful. Now, even with the leg loop spread out, we can grab for the foot. So it's a little bit easier. Just lean back a little. Here, follow me for a second. So lean back. Go ahead. The foot's right there. Yeah, there it is. You just have to, give yourself a little space. There you go. Thumb pointing up. Looks good. So hips are tight, right? So let's do some raspberries. Those are the best raspberries. Apparently there's some energy in here. Whenever in doubt, raspberry up. Okay, so if you want to go a little further, for the few really flexy people, you can start to pull the foot in. Otherwise, just hang out right there, just for one more breath. You feel the heat building in the body. So it's quite, what do they call that? Invigorating to open up the front of the spine. There's a lot of vigor, and then it's cooling to do the forward fold. So now we're going to bring it down. Okay, so go ahead and release that foot. Round about. We're going to just let the leg loop spread out. Let the leg loop bunch at the knee, chillax it, integrate. We're going to give ourselves lots of time to absorb the goodness of the practice. So after doing something really big and intense, then we'll just slow it down. Let it be chill. Take a couple of deep cleansing breaths and we'll release the exhale with a sigh or a sound. See if you can actually direct the energy breathing into the hips and then extract any tension and exhale it out through the mouth. Yay. All right, we're just going to slowly come out. So we're going to stay seated the whole time. Let the arms be wrapped around. So we always hug the swing and then reach for the leg loop. We're going to bring it down. Doesn't matter which leg, but then we stay seated the whole time. This way we feel really supported. And then we bring the other leg loop out. We'll end up back in our sumo squat, so we're kind of reversing. Okay, good. So press back. Go ahead and walk your feet all the way to the back of the mat. Hold on to the swing and come on out. Little pendulum there. How are you guys feeling? Do you notice the difference all through the side body here? It's amazing, especially for you guys who've been practicing with me for a couple days. It's like, ooh la la. Okay, so I'm going to go in the same direction as you guys. I want to show you how to stretch the swing out. Feel free to get a little sip of water or use the bathroom or take care of yourself in any way that you like. So your swing's pretty low already. Are you bringing it up? For the forward folds, I think you'll be okay.
Oh,
try. Yeah, so it's nice to get a little higher when it's behind the back, and it can be a little lower when it's at the hips. But just try it. See, you're welcome to adjust if you need. There we go. So with our arms straight, swing in front of us. When we pull it down, it's going to be right where the legs insert into the pelvis. If we don't have straight arms, then you'll notice that it might be on the bladder. And it'll let us know when we have to pee. And it doesn't really feel that great on the organs, on the belly. Okay? So straight arms. And every body will fit, right? Because when you extend your arms, it extends right to your legs. It's perfect like that. Okay, so go ahead and lean forward. Now when you fold, keep your feet in the center of the mat, and then let your upper body drape down. Okay? So I want to just see if everyone's in a good position. So keep your feet towards the center of the mat. And then let your upper body drape down. So bend the elbows. Bend the elbows. There you go. There it is. So you're on a bit of a diagonal. So I'm going to bring your swing down one since you're floating. If anybody else feels like it's too high, just let me know and we're going to have Amy help you. All right, it's looking good. Yeah, if you can clasp the elbows and hang, that's also really nice. So just give that a try. Does anybody else want to bring the swing down, or are you feeling good? Cool. So Kyra, try walking the feet to the center of the mat. You'll have a little bit more space there. Lean forward. Yeah, like that. There you go. And then keep leaning forward. There you go. Perfect. Does that feel a little better?
Yeah, feels great.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is just gently rock from side to side, if your hips will allow such a thing, because again, it's like that rocking session, but we're getting as much room and space through the side body as we can. Nice. There you go. Beautiful. So what we're doing is we're retraining the posture to start to lift the sit bones and initiate our forward folds from our hip flexors instead of our waist. So it should feel different, and plus you'll notice that your head is way closer to the ground, right? So feet can be hip distance, if you like. So let's go ahead and walk you back a little bit. You'll have a little bit more space. And then hip distance. Yeah, here you go. Beautiful. Does that feel good? And just gently rocking from side to side. Nice. If it's too much on the hip flexors, go ahead and just do tiny little micro movements. The more swag, the more intense, right? That looks great, guys. Yeah, if you wanted a little bit more space, your feet just walk to the center of the mat, and then you'll notice you have room for your head. Oh, and then, magic! Yeah, here you go. And then go ahead and just let the upper body drape down. Really nice, guys. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to be facing in the same direction. So let's see, you have Amy in the back as a visual. Okay, if you need. But go ahead and just listen to it works out. We're going to walk ourselves Feet come back a little bit into a down dog. Hands can just extend off the mat. So we're in a V shape in the body. Right? So like a traditional down dog, we're going to start to lift our sit bones towards the sky and press our heart down towards the ground, long arms. But we're going to keep our heels up. Okay, we're going to energetically pull the feet, heels down to root, but we're going to let ourselves float a little bit more than normal. All right, go ahead and just sway it out from side to side. Wag your tail, happy dog. Okay, see if there's loopy-loops or figure eights, anything that you want to explore or do. Remember, we're allowing you to play in your practice way more than a traditional class. Plus, we want you to get to know the swing, and so, like any new relationship, you're going to build your confidence and your trust, and really have your own special way of relating. And now, after you feel good about that, go ahead and center your dog. So, Julie, pull your hands in just about an inch closer to one another on each side to match your shoulders. There you go. Beautiful. So we get our hands right in line with our shoulders. And then we're going to inhale. Let's go ahead and lift the left leg up towards the sky. Now, when we lift the left leg up, we're going to arch it open. I call this the cat's meow, when we extend through the belly. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to pull the knee into the chest and round. Beautiful. Go ahead and inhale and lift. Open the chest. Exhale, round it. Squeeze. Inhale, lift and arch. Open. Exhale, squeeze. Okay, go ahead and just land that. Straighten out the legs. Sway it out. So we're just going to land our dog. I know, I tricked you guys. Switching it up. Back to down dog. It's good. Now I know you guys got it. So let's do the cat's meow on the other side. Come back through center. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Arch it open, look forward. And then exhale, go ahead and squeeze knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen and expand. Exhale, round in, use your core. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, squeeze. Beautiful. One more time, lift. And go ahead and round it. All right, land it. Dog comes down and sway it out. Maybe now you trace with your hips the shape of the mat. Do little semicircles or maybe go all the way around and check it out. As long as it feels good, you can come up with your toes or whatever, but just go ahead and play a little bit. Notice how fun it is to be able to sway and rock. We don't get this much freedom in our dog normally. So really happy-go-lucky, crazy dog, right? Just swaying all over the place. Nice, guys. So now we're going to just come back through center with a straight arch. We're going to pull our shoulders right over our wrists, and we're going to let our feet float for a plank.
Sorry. I'll go rest.
Okay. Love tap. Yeah. So Julie, go ahead and pull yourself forward, and then what you can do, Kaylee, is you can just open up in a little bit of a V. Then we fit like Legos. So Julie, you can just look down towards the ground. But so straight arms, right? Now we're going to rock a little bit forward and back for plank. So from there, we can keep our feet just a little bit wide so everybody fits. Doesn't have to be super wide, just as wide as the shoulders. And then try just undulating back and forth. If we sync up, it's really nice, but no worries. So we're going to go ahead and bring knee to left shoulder, right knee to right shoulder. So it's like plank with the toe, with the knee touches. Good. So straight arms if you can. Feet are level with the hips, but not higher. So let's just go ahead with our teachers too. Go ahead and pay attention if we have somebody whose legs are floating. So that's more comfortable. Yeah. Okay. So you can actually stretch it out if anybody wants to try it. You can get the swing all the way from the hips through the torso. Everybody wants to try it. And go above the breasts. So just try that one and see if you like it all the way spread out. So let me help you. So we make sure it's not tangled, and then you keep this running up, and then this leg extends all the way down to your belly, and then lean forward into it. Yeah, lean forward. So now we're going to come into what it's called a mermaid. Totally different. Arms out, a little little factor. Okay, so we're gonna lean forward, get the swing all the way up to the top of the breast line.
Under the breast?
So yeah, well, if it's under, then you're gonna come forward a little bit more. If it's over, then you're just gonna kind of be floating. But just try with spreading it out. It just becomes playtime. Like that. Usually, you just have to get used to the pressure on the body. But if it's spread out a little bit more, some people like it. But just make sure you can keep your hands down on the ground, because if it's too high, Deborah, can you lift your arms? I also like to pull it down onto the tops of my thighs a little bit, but then I'm not going to bend my knees as much. So what I wanted to do is try a leapfrog. So let's come back through center, and if it's above the top of the leg, straight in the hip crease, then you can actually float forward with both knees and then shift it back, and just try that a couple times. See if you like it. I personally like it at my hip flexors, but some people like it a little bit more spread out, so it's a personal taste, obviously. If it feels uncomfortable, you can try to experiment and shift. Let's take about 1 more minute to play with that. Come around and up. So leapfrogs from side to side, or do knee to elbow. Let's play with it a little bit. How'd it go? You're like, I'll just sit this one out. You good? So try it here. Yeah. So bunch it up and try it here, and then bring it down onto your legs a little bit more. Let's try just one more.
It might be too high. They should put their hands on the floor. Whatever's on it, towards them. Oh, inversions.
There you go. So she's fine. So go ahead and straighten the arms. So like you're in a plank. And then just rock back and forth a little bit. Yeah. That's it. So if it's intense, it's okay to come down and take a break. But we're all just experimenting to see if we like different things. Cool. So that's where we're going to go next. So go ahead and land it in down dog. Sway it out from side to side. And then what we're going to do is turn our dog upside down. And this actually does help take pressure off the hip flexors. And that's why we mix it up. We work with opening up this part of the body. That intersection between the legs and the belly is super important for the organs and the energy lines. And then we'll switch. So we're going to bend right knee, hook the outer edge of the swing. So outside in as much as you can. So we kick the leg loop, and then we get the toes hooked, and then we pull the knee down towards the ground so our foot stays close to the bum for this one. And then we lift the other leg. So left knee bends, really good. Hook the foot. And now if you can, with straight arms, press your chest towards the floor, and then all of a sudden, you're in an upside down dog. Oh, beautiful. And now it's okay to bend the elbows. So I call this a cobra. With the elbows bent, you can be in a little bit more of a relaxed position. But the feet stay close to your bum, so just pull them down a little bit. They'll like the float. You naturally just go right back up to the start. Okay, great. So if you want to stay with straight arms, stay in the cobra if you are happy. If you want to try the up dog, we're going to pull forward and stretch the belly and look forward. From up dog, we'll go ahead and exhale and press back to upside down dog. We're going to undulate back and forth. Inhale, pull forward, up. Exhale, press back, upside down. Nice, guys. Inhale, pull forward. Using the breath to initiate the movement. Exhale, press back. Inhale, go ahead and pull forward. Let's go ahead and stay here. If anybody wants to keep their feet nice and hooked, we can tuck and try a handstand. So usually handstands require falling over 100 times and then getting back up and trying again. So with the swing here, we can tuck and get our hips over our head and practice the shape of handstand, getting the strength without having to come back 100 times. So go ahead and try that just for a couple more breaths. You can push back to upside down dog. So keep your knees bent. So you have to keep your arms nice and straight to come up for this one. Then tuck, do a sit up. Nice. Straight arms. And now go ahead and press back. Upside down dog. Inhale, come forward. Straight arms. Straight tuck. There you go. So not past the 0 point, right? So we're stacking everything. There you go. Now go ahead and try running your arm. That was really good. Nice. Doesn't that feel great? Yeah. And go ahead and extend to upside down dog again. There you go. So we don't want to hold it for too long. Yeah, I feel like we'll need a rest. Really nice, guys. So eventually we can practice handstands in the middle of the room. Until then, we enjoy the swing holding us. And then go ahead and everybody drop onto your elbows and your forearms. Keep your feet hooked. And we're going to clasp our hands together. Go ahead and make a triangle with your arms. And then rest your head in the center. And voila, we're in a supported headstand. Pull your feet down towards your bum a little bit more, Becky. Pull your feet down. There you go. If you let your feet float up, you're going to start to lose the anchor that's at the hips. And the knees can be relaxed, open wide. They're just low. There you go. So relax everything. Let the swing hold you. Just relax. Now, if your head is touching the ground, you can kind of connect to the pineal and push down slightly. And that'll initiate the opening for the crown of the head. And if you're floating, it's totally okay too. Okay. All of a sudden, headstand can be a relaxation pose. So this is the king of all postures in yoga. So many benefits for the body. So we can gain all those benefits without straining ourselves. Okay. So another little variation, we're going to stay in headstand, so upper body's exactly the same. You're just going to unhook your feet and pull your knees together and down towards your chest. So down is towards the red mat still. Even if we're upside down, we get confused, right? So unhook both feet. There you go. Keep the knees bent if you can. Just another couple breaths in our down dog. But notice when you pull your knees down, your head starts to float, right? So we get that pivot point at the hips. So just find the spot that feels most comfortable. I promise we're going to take a little break from the hips after these big openings. See if you can relax into it a little bit more. So this is a really good one. We're going to start to expand our legs. So they're not going to touch the ground. There's going to be a foot off the ground, but we're going to expand them out. And then we're going to go ahead and follow Bob's inspiration there. We're going to clasp our hands behind our back. So around by your sacrum and release the fingers, and then go ahead and pull them down towards the ground. And notice you have to keep weight in your legs to counterbalance. Yeah, just pull your feet down more, Julie, and your head will rise. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And then from there, we're going to be a little spring-loaded, so we're going to gently pull your feet down towards the ground more, Becky. There you go. Nice. What's happening? All right, go ahead and release your hands. It's going to be a little intense, so go ahead and land it. Walk it back out for down dog. Okay. So as we come out, see if you can keep tension on your swing. We're going to come through angel wings. So thumbs point up towards the sky again, palms towards me. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then go ahead and find the swing. Help yourself out. So there's many different ways to come out, but I love doing the pendulum, right? So you keep the feet on the ground. All right. Love up the hips. Give the hips some love. Oh my God. That's a lot, right? And then we got all the benefits from the headstand too, so we have to integrate the inversions. So what we're going to do is we're going to get back in our cocoon for just a few minutes. We're not done yet, so don't get too comfortable. But unless you need to pee, since we're going to wait for our little flying friends, so go ahead and get into the cocoon, pull the front lip down to the knees, go ahead and rest back. Just kind of, if you need to do a child's pose on the floor or something, if you're feeling a little woozy, that's okay too. But just go ahead and rest back. You can let your feet just dangle towards the floor. And enjoy just the moment of relaxation here. So we're going to do a little more vinyasa flow, but it's always nice to bring it down and shoulder. So we'll do about another half hour of active and then another half hour of really sweet, restorative meditation shavasana time. Just to give you an idea of how much longer we're getting to exert ourselves versus relax. But enjoy these delicious 3 minutes. See if there's any way that you could drop your hips a little deeper. See if there's any last little adjustments or wiggles that you need to do. Give yourself the room to relax. Really nice, guys. Nice deep breaths. One more luxurious moment. Exhale completely. Lengthen your exhale to release any bits of tension and compression. Let there be sound, let there be sighs, whatever you need. You guys look so good. So we're going to slowly transition into our floating Buddha from here. So we'll incorporate our leg loops once again. So from our relaxed position, reclined position, we can just grab a leg loop and kind of toss it in. Just see if you can get that around the ankle this time. So we're not spreading it out. Let's see if you can get the other one to come in. You can just kind of bop them and they come over. Nice. So floating Buddhas with the leg loops at the ankles. We're going to bring our arms up overhead, get them around the outside. So the outer edge of the swing is underneath the arms. And then we're going to reach for the front edge. Okay, so we reach towards our feet and then grab just the front edge as high as you can. When we bring our legs wide and do a little bicep curl, we lift up. If anybody wants to practice from here, that would be fine too, at least for now. Some things we might do, you might have to modify. But here's okay if you need a break. It's usually when the underarms are feeling a little sore that we might want to sit. That's okay too. If you want to come into the full Buddha, you're going to pull up, let it bunch behind your back. And it'll look a little familiar. It's like chillaxing, but with the leg loops at the ankles, it's just a little bit more advanced. Right? So we go ahead and sway a little from side to side. So this is called windshield wipers. So chillaxing arms is a nice way to open up the chest and let the head be relaxed back. You can also just let the arms spindle towards the ground. So many different variations. Just explore and sway in the space, whatever feels good. Beautiful. All right. And from here, we're going to go ahead and come through center. So this is called a wide straddle T. So we're going to sit straight down. We're going to open up the arms. And let's just try a little bit of a flow. We'll come back and do some leg stretches, but this should look familiar. So we're going to inhale here. Exhale, star. So go ahead and just lean the heart back and up towards the sky. Beautiful. And then go ahead and squeeze the legs together. Exhale for namaste. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the hands together. Prayer, push up, lean back. Ah, so good on the neck and shoulders. Nice. Next pose. Remember we held onto the swing. We let it slide into the waist and we lean back for ladle. So keep holding onto the swing if you're okay with just a little bit. If you want to try swimming the arms down and overhead. Long lines of energy. Squeeze the legs together. Hands are touching. And then we're going to inhale and swim back up. Go ahead and hold on to the swing. Help yourself to sit and exhale. Nice. A little bit harder, right? Because with the leg loops at the ankles, we're pushing more engagement through the legs. So it's a little bit of a different vinyasa flow. We're going to go a little further with it. But before that, we're going to open up the legs. Make sure we have nice open hamstrings and happy knees and hips that can flex. So we bend the right knee in. Go ahead and wrap around. So we keep our anchor. We wrap around and we grab for the foot, the leg loop, the knees, whatever you can reach. Go ahead and grab for something and pull it in. Drop your hips. So this is one pose, but then if you extend through both hip flexors, you can really get a better stretch. Go ahead and try the knee. Sometimes it's nice. It's like rock the baby. Did this one before. So revisiting some of the poses with some variations. If we want to go a little bit deeper, we can also push the knee down towards the ground. Raspberries are welcome. Feel your jaw, feel the face, feel if there's an inner smile emanating out from your heart. If not, we'll have to turn you upside down again if you're frowning. It's okay. We're going to reach around for that leg loop. Pull it in one more time and then go ahead and extend. Right, second side. Release the right. Left, pull in, drop the hips. See what happens when you push the hips down towards the ground. It's such a different feeling, right? Yeah. It sometimes just gets stuck in there. And then grab the foot, grab the knee. Pull in strongly. Nice big stretch. Deep breath. Then go ahead and push the knee down. It's a spiral. So from the inner thigh, we go ahead and roll. The foot comes in. The knee rolls down. And we see if we can put the knee towards the ground. Now in this pose, so this is square, and then this one the hip rolls in, yeah. So make a distinction. This should feel amazing along the back of the body, the iliac crest. Such a big stretch. Okay, so go ahead and hold on here. And then we're going to open up. And then we're going to grab for both leg loops. Yeah. So if we pull in, strongly flexing our feet back, then we feel our hamstrings, right? So not too much, not too far. Make sure you can still smile. Roll your ankles around, keep the happy face. If anybody wants to go further, stay here if you're happy. You can even bend the knees for a happy baby. Even happier. If you want to grab for the toes, we're going to do some leg stretches. Okay? So go ahead and expand and open the heart. It's a big stretch, right? And then we're going to bend the knees and bring the feet together. So in this position, you can take a little break here. If you're feeling like the underarms could use some relief, go ahead and create a double diamond. So you can clasp the hands behind the head. Bring the feet together. If you want to drop into the turtle pose, you reach for the outer edges of the feet and then you pull them towards the crown of the head. So this is swing bada, right? So we can go right through the center here. Yeah, I know. It's a big stretch. And then go ahead and just release and open up. Go ahead and come into star. Let's wash it out one more time. So star, inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the hands together. Namaste, lean back. Really good. Reach up, grab for the swing. Slide it into the waist. Head is pointing down towards the ground. You can keep holding on, it's okay. Or go ahead and swim the arms down. Palms up towards the sky. Nice deep breaths. Big stretch to the front of the spine. Let's inhale and bring the arms back up. Come to sit. And I want you guys to watch for this one. Okay? So we're going to sway out from side to side. We're going to soon be wafted with the smells of pizza. Kara's getting our dinner ready for us. We're such lucky duckies. Get all these amazing senses and smells of this beautiful place. So we're just going to windshield wiper it out. Hang out here. You guys know how to do the forearm press, right? The forearm press. Here, we need this. There's also the expansion. Make sure it's not twisted, but you can get the swing underneath you. So you're going to hang out and watch me for a breath, and then we're all going to do it together. We're going to buddy up. We're going to do about 2 more poses, and then we'll have a nice long shavasana. Okay? So wherever you feel like you can hang up, but make sure you can see me. That's the important part. But if you need a break, go ahead and take a break. Yeah. All right. So this is called the frog swim. So we're going to do the frog swim before we do the roundhouse flip. But I at least want to give you guys one flip for today. We're going to try. Okay? So from ladle, this is the last pose we just did. We're going to take our fingers and we're going to point them back behind us. So we're pointing towards our toes. Okay? So this is called changing planes. I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides and I'm going to bring my legs out to the sides. So there's this little kind of glitchy part in the body. So you have to turn the toes over, point them towards the ground to point towards the front here. This is the front body. So I'm reaching towards my toes. Okay? So then I'm going to swim back, wide, and around. So we're going to try that. So we have to do the frog swim in order to go from ladle to roundhouse flip, which is like this. So weight has to stay in the legs. So most people go like this and start to float out. So don't float away. Keep the legs heavy. And then from here, we're going to pull forward and press back for upside down dog. Inhale, pull forward, look up. And exhale, we're going to release and come to sit. That's the roundhouse flip. It's really fun. I did it nice and slow, so I didn't go right through the little sliding glass doors there. But let me just show you one more time, okay? This is the whole thing. And we're all going to have a buddy. So we're definitely going to hear. This is more advanced, right? This is stuff in the intermediate we learned today. But I want to give you a chance to try the flip. It's really fun. So I have to get my legs over my head first. So I'm going to bring them with me. So my hands are helping guiding me to the side body and then to the front. So now I can grab my toes. That's how I know they're in the front. Then I can walk my hands forward towards me. So not like this, right? I have to have strong legs. Pull up through the core. Pull forward. Press back, and then pull forward. And I'm going to use my momentum to do a sit-up. You can grab and use your hands too. Okay? Buddies? Can everybody have a buddy? Okay. Buddy up, kitties. So you guys stay, but your buddies can come find you. Yeah.
Everybody.
All right. So Bob, will you buddy up with Julie, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Awesome. So come out into the Buddha. Floating Buddhas. Leg lifts at the ankles. Yeah, you got it. Nice. There you go. Smooth jazz. Nice deep breaths. Thank you guys. So all you're going to do is be there for your buddy. Okay? If you feel like you're going to get at any point confused, I'm going to show you how to make adjustments. Okay, cool. So the first thing we're going to do is squeeze our legs together. Squeeze our hands together into prayer. We're going to push up, right? When we push up, this is called reverse namaste. And then we're going to go ahead and hold on to the swing. Or wiggle back. Wiggle it into the sweet spot. There's actually a sweet spot. It's the official sweet spot above the hips. Now I want you to have nice long lines of energy. I want you to just push your fingertips back towards your toes. Can you do that? Can you push your fingertips back towards your toes? Beautiful. Now I want you to bring your fingertips wide, and I want you to bring your legs wide. Yes. And now I want to bring your fingertips forward, and I want you to bring your legs forward. Point towards your toes. Grab your toes. Nice. Now I want you, this is the adjustment. Hold on. This is the adjustment. If you need to adjust and help your person, you come behind them. You help them bring the legs wide, and then in front. Yes. That's this. Now come behind her and help her. Both legs at the same time. Okay, so bring your arms open wide, and then point back behind you. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was really nice. Yes. So we want to change planes. Okay. Try that a couple times.
And then let's slide this down. It's heavy.
So let's work together. Okay. So we're just doing the changing planes right now. We're not going forward. So you're just going to point towards your toes. Straighten your legs, point towards your toes. Now bring your arms open wide and your legs wide.
Stay here.
Arms open wide, legs wide. Now point back behind
Yeah, there you go.
your legs with
You
you.
got it.
Perfect.
So that's the
Good.
upside down
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay, now we're all going to do it together. Thank you guys. I just wanted to show you how to. You can come up to sit if you need. Come on up. Did that feel good? Was that are you crying? Like, whoa. That is so. You guys all did amazing. So it's really challenging for the brain to change planes. There's this little sticky spot. I'm sure you guys felt it, where the legs don't actually go over without us retraining us to get our hips over our heads. That's really good. Like I said, we're going to do one more pose and then have a nice long break. So this is it. This is the big grand finale. So from there, I wanted you guys to try the roundhouse split. So Amy, I want you to come to sit and just work with me, okay? We're all going to do it together, I promise. Okay. Otherwise, I just get distracted if there's a lot of talking, and I want to give you my full attention. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and do it together. Let's all buddy up, okay? So we have to get the legs over the head to do the roundhouse slip. So that's why we're practicing the frog swim first. Okay? So from here, let's go ahead and we know how to adjust our buddies, right? So just follow me. So try to use your nonverbal cues to help your buddy, okay? Unless it's an emergency. So come into namaste. Hold on to the swing. Lower back for ladle. Wiggle it in. Get it into the sweet spot. Okay, so step by step, bring your hands down to the ground. Now your palms are down, your elbows are bent. Bring your legs wide. Go ahead and walk your hands towards me. Okay, walk your hands towards me, hands down, handstand. Walk your hands towards me and bring your legs over. Gotta bring your legs over, help your legs over. Walk towards me, Julie. Walk towards me, Julie. Walk, walk. Hop, you're so cute. Yay. Up, pull our legs down. Up, help her pull her legs down. Come onto your hands. Julie, walk forward. Yay! All right. So after, that's good. No, that's far enough. That's far enough. So after we're here, we're going to go ahead and press our chest towards the ground. Keep your legs steady. That's upside down dog, right? And now we're going to inhale and pull forward. Inhale and pull forward with straight legs. Becky, pull forward. Thank you.
Straight legs wider.
Yeah, you got it. And then exhale, press your chest back down towards the ground. Beautiful. Upside down dog. Last time. Inhale, pull forward, and then just try it. Pull forward. Use your momentum. You're going to do a big sit up, and then you're going to swing around. Bring your legs around to it. Yeah, that's it. Woo! Exhilarating. I know, you can see why that takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
So we're all just going to chill. Does anybody want to try it one at a time? I'd be happy to give you one more chance to give it a go, if you want to. I will be here to assist and to watch and to give instruction. Nice.
You got a pro here.
Yeah, she's yeah.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah, I know, roundhouse flip, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of romper room, a little bit of playtime, and then we're going to come into our nice class.
Okay.
Going back.
So palms down.
Keep palms down.
Yes. Okay. Now, as you start to walk forward, you have to bring your legs around. Walk over towards me.
Oh yes.
Walk forward towards me.
Totally in
Perfect.
front.
Yeah. Walk towards me. You got it. That was perfect. Legs are wide. Yeah, and down. Beautiful. Now, if you pull forward, use your momentum, and then you can swing back. Just do a little sit up. That was fun. You have to pull forward, and then you swing back.
Okay.
When you're upside down. It's fun to just play with it.
So
It's so fun. Yeah. She's still working on it. See, she's been practicing with me for months, and she's still getting it. And then try it one more time. Guys are doing great. This is hard, right? So remember to bring your legs around. Yeah. Walk forward at the same time. Yeah. So this is it. You pull forward, and then go ahead and release your arms and swing back. Yeah.
You got it.
Got it. That's the momentum.
Uh-huh.
So
I
her legs
love
are around.
momentum.
So you have to pull up through here, pull your legs down at the same
It
time.
feels good. I just,
Yeah.
That's
So
way
it
different.
was an engagement through the core.
Yeah.
That's really good. So pull forward, get some momentum, and then swing back.
Yes,
Yes.
Woo.
There you go.
Around you.
Yeah.
You grab me.
Well, I don't, but you can grab to hold on and practice. You can actually get used to using the pivot point, the leverage. Yeah, so you can just drop your hips to come up. So yeah,
I'm having trouble
Like this?
yeah, the lower back is probably kind of tight, and it's a little. Let me block this in for you.
Oh
If I
my
can.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
like this, but okay.
Yeah, because we're deepening in the hip flexors, and we're actually getting more space here. Because if the hips are pulled forward, we don't get that length through the vertebrae. So it's just a little bit of a different position.
So you first start with the
And to
ring.
get to the pivot point, you have to drop this.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
Bring my arms out here.
Reverse the.
Walk this and bring the legs forward.
Got it.
Exactly.
Legs down, legs heavy.
Legs
Yes.
heavy.
Yeah, and then go ahead and swing. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
See?
Ah.
You're a pro.
Ah.
Were you in Cirque du Soleil in a
No,
past
I
life?
had to be a past life. I don't remember doing
With
this.
the pleats and everything. You can see it's in the body. So fun. All right,
And then
guys.
thank God for chilling afterwards.
Yeah.
I love this one right now. This is perfect, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
And then just relax it.
I'm
You
really
guys are
like
so
the way the
awesome.
legs forward.
I know, isn't that exhilarating? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn. And so we take it little
Well, it
ways.
takes you literally out of the box.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah.
The idea of opening up here and then the legs can.
Yeah, there's nothing that we do that even comes close to mimicking that.
Not.
We learn by analogy and association. So if we go to do something we've never done before, how do we learn it? Do you ever think about that? Like, I think about this stuff all the time. It's so fascinating to me. So we have to literally create new circuitry, new pathways in the brain that don't exist. Although I believe that we have an innate intelligence that remembers everything, so that we're actually awakening those pathways instead of creating something that's never been done before, right? Because if we're doing it, it's been done before because I did it. So where did it come from, right?
Just like the little kids on the playground, monkey bars.
Yeah, that was me for sure. Wow, beautiful guys. That was so fun.
Awesome. Huh?
Okay, so we are ready for Shavasana. Are you guys good?
Oh, gosh,
Good,
yes.
good. Now that we're getting all excited. Okay. So, if you want to come down and get into the cocoon, you can. If you want to just expand the swing from where you are, you can. Okay? So go ahead and get in. We're going to do a little bit of leg stretching from here, but just real gentle. Slowing you down now that we're all excited. Trying. We're like, okay, bedtime, kids.
Okay, so the easiest would be to use your forearms to draw it down. Okay. And then bring the whole thing up the front area.
Oh,
And then
just the front.
slide it.
Yeah, just the front. So just grab your front lip, you got it. And then go ahead and stretch it out. Beautiful. And then we have enough in our hands. Perfect. Just to learn this step by step, since we've been in excruciating detail. We're learning how to do it. It's been good. Nice instruction, Deborah. Thank you. Sigh of relief. Good, and let it go. Let the swing hold you. Get your head in there. And then let it wrap up around the arms. Drop the legs. Such a great job. Such superstars. I'm going to walk you through some leg variations since half of you are already there. The other half aren't, so I'm going to take them through. Okay. So we can keep our arms over our head if that's how you like to keep the shoulders open. It's okay to just wrap them around your chest and give yourself a little hug, or they can rest on the lap. So over the head is the most spacious, but then it's also nice to kind of wrap in towards the core too. So what we're going to do is if your legs are dangling, we're going to kick them up. So one at a time, kick your legs up towards the sky and let them catch the outer edge of the swing. This is called vibrita. It's legs up the swing pose instead of legs up the ball pose. So the first thing I do is I wiggle. So I'm going to wiggle in my hips to make sure that I can drop. So get any last bits of tension out of the hips and then just drop straight down when you can. So this feeling of being rocked and being held is very unusual as an adult. As a child, this was the most soothing part of infancy, right? So whenever there was any sort of upsetness, there was the soothing rocking motion for the immune system and the nervous system. So this is waking up that cellular memory of being nurtured, being held. So just take that in fully. Let yourself become receptive. Absorb the goodness from your practice. Feel like you're dropping back into the womb as you round in, take on the shape of the swing. Let your belly soften. Let the chest be relaxed. And let the mind start to quiet and still and open so the body can drift into the stillness and the depth of your being. Now maybe you're happy here and you just stay in the vibrita. If it feels natural to slightly bend the knees and let the feet drift down the swing, go ahead and just make it easy. Just play the game of how slow can you go to just soften in the knees. So we're going to allow there to be tiny little micro movements, micro adjustments. Just feel the air around you and let there be peace and stillness to surround and cradle the entire space. Feel the soothing energies wash over you. Connecting to the theta brainwave, we allow ourselves to drop into a deeper sense of comfort and wholeness. If anybody wants to try to wrap their arms around their shins and curl up into a little ball, you can let your knees bend a lot and then just let your feet come closer to your bum. Let your arms rest on your shins. And just let yourself tuck in. If that feels like a good place to land for your Shavasana, stay here for the next 10 minutes. Give yourself a big hug while you're here. Just thank your body for showing up. Thank your being for being so willing. Thank your breath for breathing in so beautifully. And if you like being curled up in a little ball, let this be the place you land. If you want to expand and come back into vibrita, or go ahead and bring the bottoms of the feet together and the knees flare out wide for butterfly wings. Just find your pose, find a place where you can rest. Feel that the breath will naturally lengthen and you can drop into the role of observer. The breath will gently breathe you as the heart pulses more blood and circulation around the entire body. Feeling that life force energy, that pulse, that wave the divine light love essence. That is who you are. That is your eternal nature. That is the infinite blessing of this being born, being breathed. Let your eyes soften towards the back of your skull. Let your eyebrows soften away from one another. Let your ears soften. Let your nose soften, your chin soften. The whole face, the cheeks, the jaw is relaxed. Let your hair soften. The neck soften. Let the fingers and the toes be relaxed. Let the legs be heavy and relaxed. The hips are heavy and relaxed. The low back is heavy and relaxed. The belly is soft and open and relaxed. Your chest is relaxed. The entire body is welcome to relax.
open and flowing it has been since you arrived. See if you can hold on to this feeling of open, aligned, centered strength. Carry it with you into the rest of the day, into the rest of the world. Visualize healing all of these qualities and aspects into the center of your chest, into the original soul matrix. Just pull it in, breathe in. Exhaling, let go. Breathe out anything that isn't serving. Make some room for the new. Inhale, deepen the breath and bring more awareness into your body. Exhaling, let go. Breathe into the room. And notice how you could stay here for a gazillion years and how comfortable it is to be in the room. We are going to start rebirthing our attention and our awareness back into the physical body and then back into the physical room. But we're going to move so sweetly and so slowly through the process, and I want you to play the game with us called How Slow Can You Go? So from here, wherever you are, I want you to go ahead and expand your legs very gently, slowly towards the sky. Start to unfurl them so the toes are pointing up towards the heavens. And slowly allow your arms to be pointing over your head, fingertips away from the toes. Wiggle the fingers and toes just ever so slightly as you start to pull more attention to the limbs and the extremities. The very ends of your being are starting to awaken now. Just send another wave of love, gratitude, and appreciation for how well your body functions, for how well it's doing, for how awesome it is to have a body and have this human suit to play in. Just enjoy every aspect of it, no matter where it is, what you would like it to be. Just enjoy what it is in this very moment. And then the hands expand one more time, stretching the rib cage and the entire length of the torso. And exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, pulse up one more time. Expand through the fingertips. And exhale, just drop the hips. From here, go ahead and let your hands find the foot on the left side and give the toes a little squeeze. Nice and gentle and slow. Go ahead and stretch the back of that leg. Maybe roll the toes around. And let that hamstring be happy. We're going to continue to play a lovely game of How Slow Can You Go? So as we continue to love down that left leg from the bottom of the heel through the hamstring all the way to the thigh, we're going to invite the left leg to point towards the front of the room here. And go ahead, right leg is still pointed up towards the sky. Go ahead and just wiggle a little bit from side to side. Stretch your fingertips away from your toes again. And pull that left leg up to the sky one more time. Give the foot a little squeeze. And then go ahead and return it to the side of the swing. Switch sides. Inhale, the right leg puts up towards the sky. Squeezing, massaging, letting out the foot, the ankle, calf. Just a gentle little massage all the way down till you get to the thigh and back up again. Thanking the body, thanking of the leg, thanking your being. And then when you feel ready, nice and slow, extend that right leg towards the front of the room, left leg can stay where it is. And then stretch your fingertips away from your toes. Nice big exhale, a little sigh, a little sound, a little relief. And then go ahead one more time. Inhale that right leg back up. Now both legs are going to be straight towards the sky, and both hands will hold onto the ankles and do a little tuck. So you can bend the knees slightly here, but go ahead and bow in. Bring your forehead towards your knees towards your forehead. Just curl in for a mini plow. Roll your ankles around. Just spiral them in both directions, nice and slow. Go ahead and paddle out the legs a little bit, nice and slow. Give your body whatever it feels like it needs to start to fully expand and want to exit the cocoon. We're growing past the edges, so we're going to have both legs nice and slow start to wiggle their way down towards the floor. Go ahead and bend the knees when you get there, and then just prepare your landing gear. Arms still stretched overhead. Just hit snooze one more time before getting up. Go ahead and just dangle your toes, dangle your fingertips, and just drop it. Not yet, not ready. Almost. Eyes are still closed. Mind is still relaxed. Start to absorb and harness this regeneration, this rejuvenation, this refreshing, renewing energy that's washing over your entire being from our practice. Just let it fill you with every breath. And then we reach our hands up towards the sky. Go ahead and hold on to the sides of the swing. You can still keep your eyes closed if you like. Come to a seated position. Just help yourself up to seat. Hands can be on the lap. Toes may touch down now or may not. It's okay. We're just preparing to anchor in. Our return back to the earth is going to be a gentle landing. See if there's any intention you'd like to set for your practice. My intention always is for all beings everywhere to be happy, healthy, vibrant, free. See if there's any room in your body that you didn't have before. See if there's a prayer or an intention that you want to seal into your heart space so you can let your hands rest, thumbs at the sternum one more time. I truly believe that in this practice of playing and opening and aligning, we are serving all beings we come in contact with in the highest and best ways. We're emanating out these new consciousness codes, this permission to shine, this capacity to be open and flexible, this expanded feeling, this gaining more space in our being can translate to every area of our life. We shine brighter, we walk taller, we gain more openness and more courageousness and more confidence, and this really does benefit all beings and giving them the invitation to do the same. So let's go ahead and now we can open our eyes, we can raise our hands to the sky and praise the heavens. Thank you, heaven. Thank you, stars. Thank you, sun. And then go ahead and use the swing, hold on to it to help you stand. We're going to root down, anchor down. Thank you, earth, for bringing us back down. Thank you, gravity, for doing such a good job of holding us and pulling us back towards the center of our belonging. And then why don't we just go ahead and let go. So we're going to let go, come back through center, and drop on down. So bend your knees, roll on down, go ahead and find a really comfortable child's pose. This is a nice way to just drop in and anchor. See if there's anything you need to release. If there's anything left, just let it wash over you and dump down into the earth to be recycled into you. Feel the weight of the body, feel the magnetic pull and the heaviness. How much earth is holding us and cradling us. Just enjoy a few moments landing and completing and finishing the rebirthing process. Just take inventory. Note the shifts, the changes, the transformation, the difference. It's quite common to feel a little altered, a little woozy, a little lightheaded or lightness of being. We've shifted our consciousness codes, we've shifted the cellular structures, we've shifted our brain chemistry. It's such a powerful practice to do so many backbends and inversions and open up the heart, open up the spine. So the natural cleansing and detoxification process can be a little intense, and lots of water, lots of ginger, lots of grounding foods will help. And when you're ready, go ahead and root down, and from that place, buoyantly rise back up to a comfortable seated position. You can stay on your knees or go ahead and roll to one side and find a nice cross-legged position, whatever feels good. Be receptive to the light, be receptive to the space in the air around you. Just taking a moment of gratitude and appreciation for everyone who showed up tonight, for the quantum field that we created, for the collection of energies that makes up this human experience. It's so precious. I'm so grateful for this space, and so grateful for this time. So grateful for this place. This is Maui. This is Hawaii. Every day is a blessing just to be here. But with the internal and the external, the struggles and the shifts and the changes and the storms, we just welcome it graciously. We welcome it all. And every time we practice together, it will shift and it will change. We welcome that too. So thank you for entrusting me. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. Super Bowl Sunday. We're Superfly. Superfly Sunday, we call it. Oh, I had so much fun. You guys really did an amazing job. Thank you for making my work and my world so much easier and so much more playful to hang out in. I'll be here for the next couple days. I'm from San Francisco. I make these swings. They're really special. You can bring one home. You can buy one if you love it. You can also get one from me later. I really enjoy the round mats. I also sell these round mats. I don't make the round mats. I just encourage people to get out of the linear movements and get into more of the spherical nature and the multidimensional space. It inspires the spins and the spirals. It's really fun. So if that's interesting, feel free to talk to me about that. We have some pizza downstairs. If anybody wants to stay for dinner, just come and talk to me. The people who are doing the training and retreats included. Stay. And I have my cards out there, postcards, business cards, and I will be back in Hawaii. I leave Wednesday. I will be back in a couple months. Every few months we'll be doing another retreat and training, so please do stay in touch. Thank you so much for finding us and dropping in.
Thank you for inviting me.
It was such a pleasure. You're a total pro. Whatever you do, you're built for this.
Hopefully, well, I'm going to try and get with Julie when she does regular training, but after that, to do the training for you guys, you have to have your 200 hours.
You don't have to. Anybody can take the training. It is part of the Yoga Alliance continual educational credits for those who want to get the certification for that reason. You can, but I work with chiropractors, doctors, physical therapists, building Christ practitioners, lots of them massage therapists, yoga teachers, Pilates teachers. Like literally, it's amazing because this practice goes across the board in a really special way. So everyone's welcome.
I would love to join you for one in the future, so I'll have to sign up for your newsletter.
Oh, good. Yeah. So when you
when you go to my website, it'll give you a little cue to sign in, or I will add you on the list if that's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have time, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can come back or catch me next time. Okay.
Definitely. And you make these?
I do. Is that amazing?
Finance.
Well, no, they're professionally sewn factory sleeves. Is my design. Yeah, and then I don't sew. No, this is really industrial strength sewing. It's really special to have. There's like 3 different machines that you use to make them actually, and I get them made with a factory in San Francisco. Yeah, yeah.
We just we always see it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like both, right? Or I like it all. It's like we have so many options where we can travel and we can have more of like a global network and worldwide experience. So I am enjoying coming to Hawaii a couple times a year for sure. I think it's like the best of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Yeah,
My card is right there on the left.
For sure. Thank you.